Today I will talk about graphical user interface concept development and critical discussion board. The two apps that I have selected are Coast and Woolworth. The two activities I choose is setting location and storing favorites or specific lists for the future use. I have drew my own user journey through my own use of codes. After trying to set the location and store favorites or make specific lists, I found that the concepts have some aspects of improving the place for set one's location. It's not as usual for the user to find. There have some redundant steps such as verifying the address. However, the app has a cheerful design in store one's favorite. Steps are easy to follow. Clear words will always guide the user to correct steps. According to Observe, the user using the device naturally points of frustration include that some parts do not work and show access denied without any reason or solution explained, which lead to lack of information. And some pages have too much word which makes the user feel that it's hard to find. For codes, the user cannot find the place to name a particular list by himself, and only a default special list is provided. There would have no notification of minimum delivery price unless the user got ready for checking out, which is lack of guidance. I also create two makeup characters for more data. Think about two people from two completely different age parts, different kinds of age, work, characteristic, goals, and frustration will help us quickly spot the design problems. Connect with Nielsen's heuristic flexibility and efficiency of use has shown in the Woolworths app. As the user opens the app and has not set up for Scan and Go yet, a pop-up comes up with a clear conclusion of what Scan and Go is. There is a Setup button on this page which leaves the user easy to go. The user who can use this software proficiently can close this page and use the link in the app to set up for Scan and Go. For the user who uses the Coast app for the first time, there is an intelligent link for them to click. It shows the most frequently purchased items, which will make it easier to find and what they want to buy and give ideas during the trip. It has some result as the user search for products, and it is just an easier way for the new users who have already skillfully used codes and type what they want and research instead of using this link. And Woolworths did some great design through visibility of system status. As the user makes their action, they can see which steps are at and their current state. For new users, the visibility of the system status may determine whether they will use the software in the future. It is crucial to give users a sense of security. For example, when users use Woolworths, any page loaded has a small Woolworth dynamic logo to remind the user that the page is loading. About codes, as the user signs up for a member in the codes app, a status bar shows which step the user is at. It communicates clearly to the users of their schedule. As the user adds items to the trolley, a small icon shows how many items the user has now in their trolley. It provides feedback for the user to know what they have done in this shopping trip. To talk about when the user has a good mental model and what visual design has influenced that. When the icons, pictures, or colors come to the user's eyes, their brain will recognize the information and define it. For example, when the user saw a bright yellow price tag, a love or a card icon, and colorful buttons differed from the standard text color. Visual design plays an essential role for the user to build their mental model. There are several kinds of ways that lead the user to a good mental model. The use of colors is helpful for people to distinguish the content of information. Important information or buttons are usually used in bright colors because they are easy to notice. We will also find that the labels of special offers usually use bright yellow. Otherwise, icons to convey information to users usually use simple strokes because concise and clear pictures make people feel easy to understand. For example, when an error occurs in using the software, a round symbol can easily allow the user to understand what is happening now, even without any explanation. The last point is about key design issues. One of the critical design issues is what Woolworth text and pictures on some pages seem unplayable. Some pages contain only text without any icons or pictures, are less visual and confuse the users, including users who have used this app for a while. A concise page will focus the user's attention and guide them to the next steps correctly, rather than using complicated and redundant text and information. For codes, a design issue that could be solved is some information need to be notified in advance. As the user finishes shopping and presses the checkout button, it will jump into a new page and show that the current product is not full of how many dollars. It cannot be delivered. The minimum delivery price should be displayed after the user set the address. Instead of discovering they cannot check out when they finish shopping. This is preventable.